This episode of the Fire Alarm Insider is proudly brought to you by Secured Securities, your trusted partner in fire alarm and security solutions, protecting lives and businesses one system at a time. Today we're going to talk about what causes false alarms. You may not notice, but most false alarms are 100% preventable. False alarms aren't accidents, they're warnings. And if a building keep having them, the system is trying to tell you something. So here's some of the top causes of a false alarm. You have dirty detectors, wrong device placement, loose wiring, faulty devices, construction dust, environmental changes, poor maintenance, and cheap hardware. The system isn't broke, it's overwhelmed, ignored, or just misunderstood. So here's the real pain the customer face when it comes to false alarms, especially nuisance false alarms. False alarms cost more than money. Every time the system falls, it sends that signal to the central station, especially if it's an alarm event. The central station is going to dispatch the fire department. The fire department is going to show up, but after a nuisance alarm, they're going to start sending you violations. You're going to have to go to court. You're going to have to pay fines. You're going to have to work with your fire alarm company to either write letters, come out and service the system, replace devices, whatever it is you're going to have to do. You're going to have to exhaust more time and more money to fight with false alarms on your fire alarm system. This episode of the Fire Alarm Insider is sponsored by the Fire Alarm Business Blueprint. If you're a seasoned technician looking to start your own fire alarm business, we have a 9-step course for you to take you from starting your business to getting your fire alarm license, marketing, and also getting money into your business. If this sounds like you, the link is in the show notes. Let's get back to the program. So if you're having fines, tenant frustration, unnecessary fire department responses, and loss of trust in the system, eventually you're going to be looking for a completely new vendor to work on your fire alarm system. And some of the things you want to look for if you're looking for a new vendor trying to service your fire alarm system, number one, of course, they have to be licensed in the state that you're actually doing work in, but you want to make sure that they're knowledgeable in the system that you actually have. You want to know the make and model of your system. You want to know if you have the software of your system, because some of these systems are proprietary and most companies can't work on all of these particular systems. So you want to make sure you have all of this detailed information, your last 3 inspection reports, so that way when you speak into the vendor, you can have this information. They can know the type of panel, because if it's a panel that they know that they can't work on, so as soon as they hear the name, they're going to let you know, hey, no, we can't work on that system, but here's a vendor who can. So if you have all of this information, especially the software to this particular system, and your test report that lines up all of the devices that you have attached to your system, this makes it easy to find another vendor, because then you can then give them that information. They could just let you know off the top if they could do it or not. Because if it's a Siemens panel, if it's a notifier panel, if it's a Simplex panel, or even Edwards panel, you have to be authorized from either that particular manufacturer in order to work on these systems. A lot of these software require a key, a USB key, or your laptop is the key. So if these companies do not have that requirement, they cannot work on your system. So let me give you a quick breakdown of my troubleshooting process, and I definitely don't guess. This is like repeated work. I give a visual inspection because I know how things is supposed to be hooked up. If I see a wire that's twisted, off, crossed, I can identify that quickly. I search the device history to find out what the events are before and after. Then I start to clean the device. I literally take it out, blow the smoke into it, blow the air. I literally take it off the base, blow the air into it. I check the wiring. I restrip the wirings, cut them, restrip them so I can get clean copper. I'll clean off the terminals and I'll hook everything back up. And if that doesn't work, I always replace the device, rather it be the smoke head or the base. If I'm changing out the smoke head and the base look good, I'll leave the base. But if the base doesn't look good, the contacts is not good, it's not as shiny as it's supposed to be, I'm changing everything. And then from there, I'm going to reprogram it if I have to. If it's a dial-o-meter, I can set the address, or a dip switch. We don't have to do any programming. But if it's something that has a serial number, we have to map that device in. And if I have to relocate it because it's too close to an air vent, it could be, let's say, 3 feet from the air vent, which is the minimum standard. But let's say that air vent is blowing out too much air. And when you look at that smoke, it has a mountain of dirt on it. So that means you may have to move that 3 more feet or move it further away from that vent, so that way it doesn't cause that device to go into maintenance alert. And also there's an environmental assessment. Like I said, like I said, some air vents can blow out a good amount of air, some strong air towards that smoke detector, just putting mountains and mountains of dirt on top of that smoke detector, which is going to cause that smoke to just go into maintenance alert and stop working. So false alarms are solved by listening, not rushing. So if your system is false, and remember, a false alarm is never fake. It's a signal that something needs attention. So if you're looking for service, or if you're looking for your system to be evaluated so you can find out exactly what the problem is, you could always hit us up on our website, shoot us an email, give us a call or text. We'll be happy to come out there and survey your system one time for free. This episode of the Fire Alarm Insider is brought to you by Securit Security. Securit Securities presents you the perfect fire alarm install, from inception all the way down to installation to the one-time pass inspection with the fire department. If you're looking for the perfect install, click the link in the show notes to talk more. So if you found value in this episode, I want you to follow for more troubleshooting breakdowns and how we simplify fire alarm systems. So share this with someone who's looking into the fire alarm industry or looking to make more money in the fire alarm industry. Problems don't speak. So when problems speak, I want you to listen clearly. Clarity turns chaos into control. I'm the fire alarm expert. I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.